Guys, today we're doing another top 5 video for Pokemon Sun and Moon thanks to your support on the past few videos, such as top 5 hardest Pokemon to evolve and top 5 hardest and most frustrating items to find. If you want to check those out, they're on the screen. Check them out. And thanks to your support on those, like I said, we are bringing you another top 5 video with Sun and Moon, and a similar one, keeping with the theme of some challenging aspects of the game. And in this, we're going to be looking at the most challenging Totem Pokemon. Now, this is all my opinions. It's coming from my personal experience with the game and just looking at the Totem Pokemon. Now, we will have some different opinions, I'm sure, in this, so be sure to leave your own top 5 hardest Totem Pokemon. I would love to hear your opinions, and you know, let me know what you think of mine. I always hear a lot of different thoughts about what's in my top 5, and it's very interesting to hear. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into it with number 1 being the most challenging. And just keep in mind, there are only 7 total Totem Pokemon, so even if it's number 5 or number 4, it may not be the most challenging thing in the world. Anyway, let's get things started. Coming in the number 5 spot, we have Mimikyu. In addition to scaring the living daylights out of me before we did face it as a Totem Pokemon, thank you very much, Mimikyu. Yeah, okay, this thing's actually a new Pokemon to Sun and Moon. It is a Ghost Fairy type, and it may not come off as anything too strong, and honestly, it isn't anything insane. Its base stats are rather mediocre. However, it can fool you a little bit, especially with its ability that starts it off as a rock-hard sexual innuendo that I'm going to avoid here, and then, you know what, it's kind of like a free protect, and guess what, you know what, it can get some hits on you. You know, it has moves like Shadow Claw and Play Rough that can do some damage, and probably one of the worst parts of this is its SOS partner Pokemon that I could call in, like Haunter and Gengar, both very powerful Pokemon that are decently up there in the levels that can really do a little bit of damage to you, especially if you have both of them at once. Personally, I didn't have a whole lot of trouble with this trial. However, I will say, you know what, it was a lot worse than I thought it would be. I thought it would be kind of easy peasy. I was looking at Mimikyu, didn't think it was much, but it does do a little bit more than you may think. That is for sure. In the number 4 spot, we have Salazzle, the Totem Pokemon from Wella Volcano Park, which also has a rather hilarious trial if you ask me. I love the dancing and everything with your douchebag resident hiker. I do appreciate that. The battle itself, however, is quite a bit of a challenge. Now, I struggled a lot with this, however, my team really wasn't built for it. If you have a team that's definitely more friendly to a poison fire type, then this shouldn't be too much of a struggle, but for me personally, I came out of here pretty scathed. This was not an easy battle for me. With moves like Toxic and then Venom Drench, they can really do a number on you here, with, of course, Salandit being the SOS partner. You know, the thing is, if you don't defeat this thing quickly, then you will pay the price. Now, this thing does have a special defense boost, which can be a pain in the butt, so it makes it harder to defeat it right away, and it'll be able to get moves like Toxic down, and then use Venom Drench, and then make it more challenging for you to take it down. So unless you're able to hit this thing really hard out of the gate, it is a little bit of a challenge, and that was definitely the case for me, especially with my team not being very good at the time, at least, for that trial. In the number 3 spot, and this may come as a surprise to some people, we have Kommo-o. Why is this thing not higher up? Well, I'll tell you what. So first of all, it's level 45, and at the point that I was at with the game, at least, that was definitely not a bad level for me. My team was way above that for the most part, and I did not have a lot of trouble with that as far as levels go. Of course, this is the game's pseudo-legendary, however, and a pretty badass at that, with the dragon fighting typing. Now, what makes this not as much of a challenge as you may think, however, definitely very challenging, that's why it is at least number 3 here, is because it's SOS Pokemon that it can call in, Skizor and Kommo-o, they're only level 32 and they really can't do a whole lot. Can they help with moves like Leer? I mean, yeah, but it's not like game breaking. It's nothing that makes it a humongous challenge. Is it a challenge? Yes. Is it something like an ultimate boss Pokemon craziness? I mean, for me at least, personally not. And another big part of this is at the very end of the game, so you have your team established. You have a lot of coverage. If you built your team decent enough, then your levels should be way up there, way above that 45 mark, at least to some extent, and you should have some good type coverage to, just take on whatever's out there, whether it is the Skizor or the Kommo-o, in at least a decent fashion. Its stats are also all increased. I'm not saying it's an easy battle, but I do think that there are more challenging battles, at least for the point in the game that they're placed. In the number 2 spot, we have Lurantis, the 4th Totem Pokemon of the game, and man, this thing also definitely creeped me out a little bit, gave me the heebie-jeebies, maybe not in the way that Mimikyu did, but hey, it intimidated me a little bit, creeping up on me. I mean, I don't know, I gotta give Sun and Moon, Game Freak, gotta give them credit. they're going for some creepy totem Pokemon. They did a damn good job, because this one definitely intimidated me a little bit before. But let me actually talk about the battle itself. So this thing is powerful, guys. This thing is powerful. So in addition to Lurantis just being a cool, powerful Pokemon, now this thing is going to have Synthesis. That is the biggest move that ended up biting me in the ass. Like, I had a Trumbeak on my team, guys. My team was kind of like made for this. I had a Torracat and I had a Trumbeak, and I had trouble with this totem Pokemon. There's no reason, if you have a team that's made for this, that you should have trouble with it, but I did. And maybe it's because I suck, but maybe it's also because this thing is challenging with moves like Razor Leaf, X-Scissor, Solar Blade. Like, geez, man. And then you call in like a cast form and use that cast form has Sunny Day, guys. That thing has Sunny Day. So this could be a deadly battle. If you don't take this thing out right away, you could easily get a cast form against you as well with Sunny Day and other moves. Even Trumbeak. I mean, this Trumbeak, I'm looking at its moveset. This thing has Rock Blast. Like, they have kind of all their bases covered with this totem Pokemon. It could sneak up on you. It doesn't look like it'll be that insane, I guess, until the last minute when you see this humongous plant creeping up on you. But damn, like, that's all I gotta say, guys. It's crazy. They did a good job with this one, and it's challenging. It's challenging. I had a lot of trouble with it, for sure. And in the number 1 spot, we have Wishiwashi. Let me preface this by saying this is the only totem Pokemon that I died against. I fainted one time facing this thing, which is kind of crazy. You know, this thing is challenging, guys, so for many reasons. First of all, it's in its school form, so it's this humongous fish. That means its base stats are way up there. If you look at this thing's base stats, it is pretty ridiculous how powerful this thing is before it gets knocked down to its normal fish form. Now, here's the thing. Its defense is boosted, so if you have a lot of physical moves, you're already at a disadvantage. In addition to this, it is raining. It is raining, guys, so its water-type moves are at an advantage right out of the gate. And if for whatever reason you're using a fire-type move, if you have a Torracat and you have to use a fire-type move for whatever reason, you're also at a disadvantage right out of the gate. You're under some pretty shitty conditions. Now, the good thing is this thing has Soak, which actually helps you. If this thing uses Soak on you, then Water Gun will not do as much, because Soak makes you a water type, which isn't the end of the world. It's actually a good thing. Now, at the same time, this thing can call in an Alamomola, if I could actually say that. This thing has Heal Pulse. This thing has Heal Pulse. It has Helping Hand. Absolutely ridiculous. Also, if it calls in a Wishiwashi, that also has Helping Hand, which is, I mean, that boosts its attack. It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. This thing is powerful. Between the Heal Pulse and the Helping Hand and the defense boost and the rain and the, oh my god, this thing, guys, is absolute power, and it is definitely something that you need to be going into with extreme caution, especially if you are doing some type of a Nuzlocke, Egglock, Wonderlock, whatever run that you're doing. You need to treat this thing with caution, because it is absolutely insane, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And with that, that finishes up our top 5 hardest totem Pokemon video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Make sure you leave your own top 5 totem Pokemon in the comment section below. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell if you're new or not, so you'll get all my notifications for new videos. And I've been trying to make more of these top 5 videos because you guys really have shown up with the support with them, and that really does mean the world to me. So thank you so much. Hit the like button if you did enjoy it. And that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.